I am a wife and mother of 3 girls. I have a 13-year-old, a 3-year-old, and a 1.5, almost 2-year-old. It is Easter Sunday, so I want to say a happy Easter to you. If you are like me and you live anywhere in the world, basically, you're probably under some sort of shelter in place or quarantine, and you're unable to spend Easter with your extended family, and that is pretty sad. And so I hope that you, by the time you see this, Easter will be over. Unless you're Greek Orthodox, then I want to say Chrone Pola to you. And anyways, let's just do something happy today. I'm going to be making a big Greek feast. We celebrate Roman Catholic Easter in our family, and we kind of combine the two by having a big Greek dinner. So the main course of our Greek dinner is this leg of lamb. And you saw it in my grocery haul. I got the smallest one that our store had. It's just under 6 pounds. And what I'm gonna do is roast this in the oven at a low temperature, about 325 degrees. And in with the lamb, I'm gonna have some potatoes. And that's about it. And I will show you how we prepare it the Greek way. Stick with us and enjoy.
Okay, so the first thing that I did to prepare my lamb was take it out of the packaging from the store, and I just gave it a quick rinse in the sink, and I just set it in a glass bowl so that it'll be easier to handle. It's a nice heavy bowl, it won't move around on me a lot. So I have a leg of lamb to go, and then I have Zhaina in the background. She's peeling the potatoes that'll go in with the lamb. And then before I get started, anytime I'm doing a lot of knife work, I always make sure that I sharpen my knife. So get a nice sharpener, and then today I'm using a paring knife, and I'm using, I think this is my 9-inch chef knife. So pull it through a couple of times. And you just want to make sure to wipe off your blade. For lamb about my size, I don't know, let's see, how many did I do? I did 10. I did 10 little cloves of garlic, anywhere between like, I don't know, 6 and 15. And you're going to put them in there whole, so all you have to do is peel them. And then I have my leg of lamb. It is rinsed off and out of the package. And don't let this big piece of meat scare you. Don't be intimidated by it. Just get in there and touch it, and don't be afraid. My dad is the one who taught me this, and so what you do is you take your paring knife, you poke it in there about the length of a garlic clove, and then you take your garlic clove and you put it right inside of that slit, and you just repeat throughout the lamb every few inches or so, all around. Careful not to cut yourself. There, I'll do 3 at a time. And then once the lamb is done, it's really nice because these garlic cloves go in there and they're able to flavor the meat throughout while it's baking. And then when you slice the meat later on, you'll get little slices of garlic throughout, and that's really fun. Let me just finish this out for you. My sous chef Zhaina peeled and washed and peeled and wedged all of our potatoes. We just used russet potatoes. These are not the same quality of potatoes that you would get in Greece, but use what you have, right? So we have russet potatoes in abundance here in America, and that's what we used. I don't know, Zhaina, do you know how many you did? We did what we had left.
Yeah, like 8.
Yeah, I think we did like 8. So you put them in the bottom of your big roasting pan, and then Zhaina, I have meaty hands, so can you drizzle the olive oil just go? A little bit more, a little bit more. Okay, that's good. And salt and pepper. Go. Just leave it upside down like I showed you. Yep. Okay. And pepper.
Shake it.
Yep. These are very precise measurements, so, make sure you're counting. That's good. And oregano. And we're super lucky because we foraged for this oregano while we were in Greece this past October, and don't tell Border Patrol, but we brought a whole bunch back and gave it out as gifts and then kept some for ourselves. So we're using our Samos oregano. A little bit more. Ooh, dear. Okay. And then just get in there with your hands, toss it around so all of your potatoes are well coated. And that's good. What you do is, it does smell nice. You make a little nest in the center of your pan, which is where your lamb is going to go. You want to bring me my bowl?
Is it meat?
Just for the bowl. Yep. Don't be afraid of the meat thing. And then you take your lamb and you put her in the center, and then we're going to oil her. Salt, pepper, and oregano. Same thing.
All right.
Okay. Looks like we need to fill our oil up a little bit.
Yeah.
Okay, that's good. Rub that around a little bit. And then liberally salt, pepper, and oregano.
So shaking or dumping?
Let's not call it dumping. Let's just turn it upside down and shake it around. Yep, there you go. Can you do it more evenly so I can see where you're doing it? Yep, there you go. That's probably a better way to do it. And then you gotta get the edges. Liberally. Keep going. Keep going. Okay, that's good. Okay, shake the pepper and shake the oregano. Can you shake it from up high? It makes it distribute a little bit better. Yep, see how that's distributing nicer?
Yeah.
Okay, that looks good. And oregano. Another tip is you want to make sure that you do the oil before you do the herbs, because if you were, if you were to put the herbs and spices on and then the oil just washes them off. So make sure if you're using any sort of liquid, that goes on first, and then the herbs and spices will stick. Zhaina, you're being really shy. That's okay. Then you just move it around. It's no big deal. You get this hunk over here. Okay. That's beautiful. I think a little bit more, actually. If you go up from higher, it's triple nicer. Over here. Okay, great. And the last thing we need is just a little bit of water. I have it way over there. Can you grab it, please? Yeah. Just a little bit of water, and when you pour the water in, you want to make sure you go towards the edge of the pan so that you're not washing off what you already did. So I have half a cup of water that I'm going to put in here. I'm going to put the cover on. I'm going to put it in the oven at 325 degrees, and I'll check it after an hour and a half.
This is a recipe that I'm really excited to share with you guys. It is a Greek staple. A lot of Greeks eat spanikopita for breakfast, actually. And it's a side dish, and oftentimes just a nice, easy, quick lunch that people buy as kind of street food. So this is my recipe here. Actually super involved, so stick with me and find out how we make this Greek staple, spanikopita.
The first thing you might notice is that my house is quiet. It's nap time here at our house, and I have everybody upstairs napping, and I have the whole kitchen to myself. So I'm going to get the spanikopita going, and the first thing you need to do is make the bechamel sauce for that. So in my small saucepan here, I have 2 tablespoons of butter that is just about melted, and then I'm going to add to that 2 tablespoons of flour. If you're making more, you just, equal measurements of both. So I'm doing 2 tablespoons of butter and 2 tablespoons of flour, and then I'm going to cook that until the sheen is gone. After After that, I will add the milk, and then I will stir it occasionally, bring it to a boil, and I'm going to cook it like for 3 or 4 minutes, and then it'll be done, and we just have to make sure that we cool it completely before we put it into tortilla dough. My bechamel sauce is completely cooled. What I did was just put it out on my back deck because it is Minnesota's true spring here, and it's like in the 30s. It's freezing out. So that cooled in lickety split time, and I'm going to put it into my bowl. Kind of hardens up once it gets cold. So again, I'm just using a nice big mixing bowl to get my filling for the spanikopita. So I've got my bechamel, and I'm going to drop an egg in there, and then I'm going to crumble the feta. I don't have enough workspace here, even though my new kitchen is really big. It's like not really set up the way that I would prefer it to be set up. But I'm very happy with the new house. It's lovely. Don't let me complain too long. Okay. Get off my whisk. Oh my gosh. Just wants to stick. Put my egg in there. And then I think I don't remember if I told you where I got the feta or not, so I'm going to tell you now. The best place to buy your feta is wherever, if you have a local Greek restaurant or even just a Euro shop, guaranteed, not guaranteed, most likely it is owned by a Greek, and you want to become friends with said Greek. And then you can go in there, and they'll sell it to anybody, but they don't really want to sell like 4 pounds of feta to just any Joe Schmo that comes in off the street. But the price was actually cheaper than the local grocery store. And it's better quality. It's so good. They give it to you, whatever they have in hand. So it's in a yogurt container, but it's good quality Greek feta. And I'm just going to take it and I'm going to crumble it with my hands into my mixing bowl. The recipe that I showed you, I'm like not quite doubling it, doubling some of the ingredients and not some of the others. And we'll just see how much it makes. I'm using 2 pounds of feta, or I think 2 pounds. I bought 4 pounds, and they split it up into 2 containers, so 2-ish pounds of feta crumbled, which means I need another egg, now that I'm thinking about it. So let me get another egg, after my hands are going to be so dirty. I did make more bechamel too, so I made a little bit more bechamel. I'm using 2 10-ounce containers of spinach. So I'll just try. What I do, honestly, you guys, I like almost never measure anything. That's why I don't like baking. That's why I like cooking, because you can like taste it as you go and make sure it tastes delicious before serving it. So, Cook by Taste Buds by Stacy. All right, I have to wash my hands and get another egg, and then I'm going to whisk all this up. So I have the feta and the bechamel and 2 eggs all stirred up in here, and it's time to add the pepper. I'm going to put in what the recipe calls for, which is 1/2 teaspoon, and then like I said before, I'm just going to put in not quite double, but just under, so a little bit more. And then I have a whole onion here chopped up that I'm going to add as well. No salt goes in this, and that's because your feta is going to be plenty salty enough already. So no salt. Okay. And dill. And I do still have to chop this up a little bit. I'm just going to use what I have left because I have no other use for this dill today. So I'm just going to use what I have left. So no waste. I love dill. I'm planning to plant some in my herb garden this year. I hope that turns out. My dad always calls it dill. He forgets it's wild dill. Sorry, my cutting board is, I have to have it kind of turned because of the way that my kitchen is set up so that you guys can see what I'm doing. So it's not level. So I apologize for that. Alright. That's probably sufficient. So my dill. And I am going to add in a couple, I'm going to measure this out just for you guys. I would normally not do this. I'm going to put in the 2 that the recipe calls for the usual measurements, and then I'm going to mix it up and determine if it needs to be a little bit looser or not. So we'll start with that. There. I wonder how many people have ever had spanikopita. Like, are my viewers, are you guys Americans? Are you Greek Americans? Or are you Greeks? Let me know in the comments below if this is something that you've had a bunch, never had, want to try. It's so good. I remember actually the very first time, okay, maybe not the very first time, but the first time that I remember spinach pie coming into my life, I was probably like 6 maybe. It was when my dad owned a restaurant called the Patio Cafe in Superior, Wisconsin, and he was eating lunch, and I said, hey Dad, what are you eating now? This is like in the late 80s. And he said, I'm having spinach pie. And I knew what spinach was, and I knew what pie was. And I thought, there's no way there's something called spinach pie. That would be good. You know, I was old enough to like have an attitude about that, and I refused to try it. And like a lot of things in my childhood, because I grew up in the 80s when America was like the thing, the place to be, you know, because of that, and because my dad came to America in 1980 and I was born in 1981, I feel like a sad loss of my Greek identity as a kid, because it took me a long time to have this conversation actually with my dad about that. And the way he explained it to me was kind of heartbreakingly like sad and beautiful at the same time, but he said that it was his like lifelong dream to make it to America, and then when he did and had kids, he wanted them to be American. And so he didn't speak Greek with us when we were little. He didn't really incorporate the culture much into our lives, besides, you know, speaking with our yaya on the phone, and we did make a couple of trips to Greece, and you know, he owned Greek restaurants. Okay, so all of those things happened, but he did not teach us Greek, and he more so pushed American culture on us, because in his mind, to be American was to be the best. And so as I grew up, I had to come to terms with that and develop sort of my Greek identity on my own as a grown-up, and try to bring that into my kids' lives as much as I can. So I am curious to hear from my viewers what your experience with Greek culture is, if at all, and yeah, just let me know. If you've never had spinach pie before, otherwise known as spanikopita, I hope that this video video inspires you to make your own. So we have our filling set. I'm just going to look at my directions. I don't make this very often, so I actually have to look at it's like so much work, so who's going to do this very often, you know? Yeah, the next thing we're going to do is start rolling. So I got to get set up for that. I got to get my phyllo dough out. It's been thawed, and we can start folding. Oh my gosh, you guys, as I was cleaning up, and I realized I forgot to put the spinach in the spinach bag. So let's do that. That's kind of like a super important thing. I had the frozen spinach. I thawed it overnight in the fridge in a strainer, and then I strained it with the cheesecloth, just like I did the cucumber for the tzatziki. I'm getting a headache, kind of. I don't know why. I get headaches. And so I think I'm not thinking straight. And filming is like another added, although it's really fun, and I hope that you guys are enjoying it. It does add a level of, I don't even know what to call it, like extra. Like there's an extra level in my kitchen. You know, I want to do things nicely for you, and I think I said before, I'm like borderline of a perfectionist. Not that everything has to be perfect, but I prefer things to be done right, you know. So sorry about the lack of spinach in the spinach pie. This looks much better. You know what, if I wouldn't have done this, it could have almost been a pita, which is just a cheese pie. But we're not making pita today, we're making spanikopita. Okay, much better.
So nap time's over, and everybody's awake, and I did get that headache, so I'm gonna power through. I took some ibuprofen, hopefully it'll start going away. But I want to show you how to fold the spanikopita, and I'm going to show you a couple of different ways. You can make them bigger so that you can have them for, let's say, a lunch, or like even a dinner. It's a great meatless option for Fridays. And then I'm going to show you how we're going to eat them tonight, which is more of like a side dish appetizer way. And so what you want to do first is get your station set up. Right here I have the phyllo dough. I buy it pre-made in the frozen section, and I have it covered with a damp towel so it doesn't dry out. And then I have the filling that we made earlier, and this has just been hanging out in the fridge getting ready to roll, and melted butter. And you need so much, so I'm gonna need probably more than this, but it starts to get cold, so we'll just do it a little bit at a time. And then whatever you're going to bake them on does not need to be greased because everything will already be with lots of butter. And then today I'm going to be using cookie scoopers to help me do it. These are new to us in our kitchen utensils. We haven't had these before, we just bought them at Christmas time. So I think this is going to make the process go a lot easier. In the past also I've used spray butter to make it go faster, and that was great. I was making like, I don't know, one time I made about 60 entree sized ones, and so that really helped cut down on time. But I think real melted butter tastes a little better. So what you want to do first is one phyllo dough sheet at a time. They're very thin, very delicate, and once you get them unwrapped, they dry out really fast. So you kind of want to try to move a little bit faster. And I'm just going to make the entree one first. So I have a clean area, and then you just hold it down and put butter on every single layer. So we'll just butter this layer. It doesn't have to cover, you know, every minute area, but you want to get it pretty well covered. And for the entree sized spanikopita, I'm going to use the larger cookie scoop. I'm going to put the filling in right about there, and then I'm going to just fold it like an envelope, flattening it down as I go. And this is just one layer of phyllo dough. You could certainly do 2 or 3. We'll just start with this one. I think we need more filling, so I'm going to wrap that one more time. Another sheet. I'm going to butter it again. And then this is where it comes in really handy if you have a helper in the kitchen. So actually Zhaina, my assistant, is filming, and I told her to pay attention because I'm going to show her how to do it, and then I'm going to have her do the heavy lifting. So let's just put this one right in there, just like this, and we'll fold it up. I think we needed a little bit more filling. So in the next one, I think what I'll do is use 2 scoops for the entree size. This isn't quite, and you know what, you see it's tearing, and it's not a big deal. So don't fret. Don't let it worry you one little bit. And then you're gonna wanna put butter on it and put it on your baking sheet with, again, more butter. Butter makes everything better. Did a couple of test run for the smaller size, and I think I've got a good system down. So what I'm going to do is just butter 1 sheet of the phyllo dough, and then I'm going to cut it in lengthwise strips 3 times for each little spanikopita. I'm going to use the smaller of the 2 cookie scoops, and I'm going to start right about there.
Can I open these?
You can ask Dad. And then I'm going to cut my phyllo dough into 3 long strips. And then these ones, you kind of got to get a rhythm down, but it works really well in like a kite shape. And then you're just going up and making triangle after triangle. And I'm just going to fold this, and you don't even have to be neat about it, because after these get baked, you can't tell where any mistakes were made or where the phyllo dough broke. It all just lays together and is flaky and buttery and delicious. This one, I think here, what happened there? There we go. And like I said before, I haven't made a lot of these, so I do not have a good technique down. If you see other Greek women, theirs are like, they look like they've been made by a machine. They're so good at it. But that'll have to be good enough for today. I'm gonna hand it over to Zhaina and let her try her magic. Zhaina's been hard at it, and this is the very last sheet of phyllo dough in the first round of them, and she got so good. Hers are way better than mine. Looks like a, well, I guess she is a real Greek woman doing it. Zhaina, did you find a system that worked the best?
Well, I mean, I wouldn't say it's a system. It's pretty much what you did, but I guess I fine-tuned it over going over it so much.
Your speed also improved.
It's the only thing I'm fast at.
That is true.
I am not known in this house for speed.
This is very impressive. What do you like about spinach pie?
Everything. Well, I guess the phyllo dough is really nice. It has a nice crunch to it over so many layers.
Very nice. Let's get that lamb out of the oven. The timer went off. We checked the temperature. It was done. I took the cover off the lamb. I put it back in for another like 20 or 30 minutes. At this point, I don't even know. It's 3:40. It's been in since 1 o'clock. So it's been 2 hours and 40 minutes. It's for sure done. And the house smells so good. Let's see. There it is. The main event. The star of the show. The roasted leg of lamb. Greek style. So we're about 10 minutes away from dinner, and this is where it all comes together. So I have my Greek salad. It's been chilling in the fridge, and we're just gonna finish it up. We're gonna dress it and then top it. A lot of people always ask my dad, what's the dressing for the Greek salad? And it's really no big mystery. All it is, good quality olive oil, and probably more olive oil than you think you should use, which is probably why Americans can't get their Greek salads to taste quite as delicious, because they think, oh my gosh, that's way too much olive oil, but hello, that's what makes it taste good. So about yay much. And then red wine vinegar is the closest that you can buy here in the States. I got this one, I think, from Aldi. I usually buy the Heinz brand from Super One, but I have this one. And as you can see, this is a very scientific sort of measurement, about that much. And today I'm breaking out our locally sourced sea salt that we bought in Samos from Captain Yanni and brought it home. So this is like a humongous treat for us. I think they found, they collected this salt from Topula, which is where they go on their boat trips. So, sea salt, ta-da! No pepper. And then you top it with a chunk of good feta. We're gonna top it with 2 because we crazy love it. And then oregano. Just a really light sprinkle of oregano, not too much. And your Greek salad is complete. And the very last thing, right before you go to the dinner table, is to warm up your pita bread. I'm gonna warm up 2. I just stick them in a warm cast iron skillet. I let them get warm, and then I flip them, and then I slice them into wedges and serve it at the table. The moment we've all been waiting for, our finished spanikopitas. Sizzling hot. Oh my gosh, those look so good. Okay, babies, what was your favorite part of Easter dinner?
That's.
The salad?
Yeah. Salad.
Salad? Yana, what was your favorite part?
Okay.
The feta?
Yeah.
Okay. Who's next? Zhaina?
You know, everything's great and the lamb's amazing, but I just have to go with the pita and tzatziki. It's the best.
Classic. Dad?
My favorite part was the lamb and the salad.
The lamb and the salad. My favorite part was the spinach pie, which is right back
My
there.
favorite was the fish
Mine's already
pie.
gone. That was so good. Persephone, did you want to say one more thing?
Yeah.
What?
My favorite part was this.
Can you say spanikopita?
Yeah.
Why?
I don't do it.
Try. Say spinach pie.
This time.
Say spanikopita.
And popcorn.
All right.
Thank you so much for tuning in to my channel, Twinkle Twinkle Little Spatula. I hope that our Greek-inspired Easter dinner has inspired you to make this either for a holiday dinner or just for a special occasion. And other thing is, you don't have to make the whole dinner all together. You can just make 1 or 2 components and add them to something that you think it would go with, or just eat on its own. But please, if you do make something that I have shown you, share it with me. I've been hearing from a lot of you. Oh, I think it has. So sorry about that. I've been hearing from a lot of you that you've been trying and succeeding at my recipes, and I'm going to tell you right now, in the state that we are in, and with as much joy that's being ripped out of our lives, this channel has brought me so much happiness, and just hearing from you the successes that you're having in the kitchen with my recipes has really made a difference. So thanks for watching. If you liked this video, give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe. Happy Easter.
I got pink one and I got blue one. What blue was that? Here. Wanna open yours? There's the one.
Do you need help with me? Oh, there you go.
Oh, there's 2 eggs for me.
You guys find a bunch of eggs?
And there's one for you. Ow! Cute. What's the one in the pie? No, not
Haha. Here.
I've seen one.
Sweetheart.
Wait, go open that.
Hold it.
You want this one, Mom?
You're so kind and generous.
Whoa, yay! Got chocolate.
Woohoo!
Yummy beans. Again. This is my shoe. Open yours.
I did. I got chocolate too.
That's great. Let's put it on. Let's put it on, Mom.
Okay, let's keep looking.